Welcome in, everyone, to the beautiful Community Sports and Wellness Center here in Pendleton, Indiana, where we are live at the Level 4 USTA Midwest 50 and over NTRP Sectional Championship. For those of you joining us on the stream today, my name is Alex Gruskin, Editor-in-Chief at Cracked Rackets, and so excited to be a part of this USTA event here this weekend. Of course, for so many of us tennis fans, we all get caught up in all of the professional action, right? We're all so excited for tonight's Australian Open men's final between Novak Djokovic and Daniil Medvedev. And I'm sure I'll touch on that at some point during the broadcast, but perhaps the thing all of us as tennis fans enjoy the most, the thing that keeps bringing us back to our beloved sport, is an affection to play the game, is an affection to be out on court. And of course, given the fact we are amidst a pandemic, it's been so difficult for so many of us to have the opportunity to go and compete the way we usually do, to go play tennis with our friends, our colleagues, our loved ones. That's why we here at Cracked Rackets are so excited to be a part of this championship weekend, a part of the USTA NTRP Championship Series, because of course it means we get to share in the love of tennis that so many adults, not just young children, not just college age kids, but clearly adults continue to have for the sport, the passion they feel, their desire to continue to compete, to keep the game a part of their life. It means the world, and it reminds all of us why tennis is so important to us. With that in mind, what we're going to be doing here on our broadcast today, we're going to jump around the action. We've got, I believe, 6 different divisions, both singles and doubles, in play here at our sectional championships. I believe we go 3-5, 4-0, and 4-5 in our men's singles. You look at the women divisions we have here this weekend. We've got the 3-0 singles, 3-5 singles, and 4-5 singles. We've also got 3-5 and 4.0 doubles for the men, 3-0 and 3.5 doubles for the women. With that in mind, let's go watch some of our action now. And if I can ask our super producer, Daniel Westoff, who anyone tuning into this feed will learn quite a bit about over the course of the next few hours, to go to court number 6, where we have, in my opinion, the singles match of the hour right now here in the beautiful Community Sports and Wellness Center. And by the way, just to emphasize, we are playing at a brand new facility here in Pendleton, Indiana. One can only hope there are facilities across the country who are continuing to put in the resources, put in the development that's required to create a facility like this, because I'll tell you what, folks, it is absolutely gorgeous here in this Community Sports and Wellness Center. Again, we are currently on court number 6. We've got a really fun match on our hands. It is a 3.5 singles matchup. It is in the east portion of our compass draw, meaning we are still in the main draw of the event. Neither of these two players suffering a singles loss thus far. And let me introduce those two players to you now. On the far, or I believe on the near side of your screen, I see where our camera is. The near side of your screen in the white serving currently is Terry Warham of Pendleton, Indiana. So the home crowd for Terry. I hope you can hear us all in the background. Go Terry, we love you. I do see some of Terry's family members here today. That's obviously so cool. He is currently taking on Jeff Welsh of Fishers, Indiana. So an all Indiana battle here on court 6. You have to love that for Terry Warham. Was a straight set win for him over Craig Conway in his first singles match of the day. For Jeff Welsh, I've seen him play a bunch of doubles here on the day, but unfortunately for him, I suppose, or fortunately, depending on how you look on it, it is the 50 and over championships. I suppose you don't want to get too many singles matches under your belt. We had far too many injuries here this weekend. Or I shouldn't say injuries. I should say we had far too many concerns about injuries. A lot of stretching. And I'm realizing now as I'm going through this, I should have been stretching because my voice already tired here and we're only 5 minutes in. But I have to say, the level of tennis this weekend has been outstanding, and the amount of 4-3 in the third set matches we have seen here, this is what it's all about. And just quickly, I want to emphasize, because I know some of you can't see the score, currently 2-1 here in the third set between Welsh and Warham, just so you guys know where we're at, what we're doing here this weekend, our format. It's a fast 4 format for all of these players, meaning we play the sets. It's up to 4 games at 3 games all. You're going to play a tiebreaker. That tiebreaker, not your traditional tiebreaker, but a 9-point tiebreaker, meaning it's first to 5 points, win by 1. The sudden death point for all in the breaker acts as a no-add point. So that means it's returner's choice. Obviously, it is an all-deciding point. And I have to say, I think we've already had 2 deciding points here, 2 decide matches on Saturday. Certainly adds to the drama level. Now you see here again, Warham, near side of your screen, 2-1 in the third, has a chance to clinch his spot to advance out of these sectional championships with a win over Welch. Yeah, I'd have gotten a little excited there too. You can see the grip just opening up a little bit on Warham, but one of the big things here you see in these adult matches, so critical to be the first one at the net. You can see why. Great close there from Warham. And again, why do you want to get to the net? Ooh, Warham flashing us some abs. I believe that's the non-camera side of the stream. Tell you what, you folks missed the 6-pack. And I have to say, 6-pack of Budweiser, not 6-pack of abs. Nevertheless, here, Warham, I believe a couple game points. That ball just landing on the line. I have to say, perhaps the friendliest tennis environment I have ever participated in here this weekend. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of tennis in my day. Juniors, college, professionals. I don't think we've seen a single bad call here this weekend in the Community Sports and Wellness Center, and that is certainly good news. All right, I think we've got a bit of a break in the action on 6. If we can, super producer Daniel Westoff, let's go to court 7, where I'm just going to say it, my player of the day, currently on court, battling third singles match of the day. Have to respect the hustle, the commitment of our players here on court. It's a really fun battle on our hands here in a 4.0 semifinal. And in fact, first set on the board in this semifinal. And it goes to Erskine Ratchford of Richmond, Indiana. Ratchford lost his first match yesterday, unfortunately. Or excuse me, lost his first match yesterday. I should say lost his first match this morning to Frank Quinn II, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, my hometown. So have to say, kind of happy for Frank here. Nevertheless, Erskine bounced back immediately. So many of these adults have. The tenacity we've seen on display here this weekend, second to none, but Erskine Ratchford a 4-3-4-2 win. Well, for our friend at Cracked Rackets, Dax Lowry. That's another Indiana on Indiana crime. Lowry from Fishers, Ratchford from Richmond. But Ratchford right now, first set lead over Derek Fenwick of Muncie, Indiana. Fenwick serving on the far side of your screen. Oh. I think he called a let there. Obviously a sarcastic let. Though a 3% chance he would have accepted it had Ratchford been like, yeah, that's fine, we can play a let. Oh. And you can hear, perhaps through your camera, Fenwick talking a little trash. He's definitely been the biggest talker we've had here on site this weekend, in a good way, in a good way. Fenwick seems to know his way around this crowd. course, anyone who plays in a USTA league, whether it be 3-0, 3-5, 4-0, 4-5, you play club tennis in college, another, tennis on campus USTA league, and you certainly do run with the same crew. The people who love tennis, and generally they love it for their lifetime. So, we were talking earlier, a couple of these players have known each other. I believe it's two of the women who play tomorrow morning 3-5 in the 3-5 final. They said, we drove all the way here from Michigan. We're teammates on our club team. We've known each other since we were 10 years old. Now we have to play each other here at this event? Really? My response to them, I think that just means you're both really freaking good. So excited for that. Excited for this action right now. I have to say, Derek Fenwick, soft spot for me for his game. Just such a fighter. So clear how much he loves being on court, competing. Already clinched his spot in the top 2 of the 4-0 doubles competition. And then you hear the grunting as well. Had the chance to speak with Mr. Fenwick prior to him going on court today. He said he describes himself as the poorest man's Novak Djokovic. I think that's kind of fair. Oh, but that's just too good. The depth from Ratchford. He'll take the early break 4-1 love. Meanwhile, our match on court number 6 in the books. Looks like Mr. Welch went down. I'm going to have to check with my sources, but it looks like Warham manages to knock off Welch. Of course, we're going to get the chance to see Jeff again in about 38 minutes as he plays another double set tonight. But worth noting for any of you at home, maybe you made a bingo card of all of our players here this weekend and trying to guess correctly who's going to qualify for nationals in singles. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's going to be Mr. Welch. Nevertheless, great win for Terry Warham here on your court. Again, we've got a 4.0 singles battle. 4.0, for those of you unfamiliar with the categories, I'd say 4.0 men's means you play tennis enough to play tennis. You will hit at least once a week, or perhaps there was a point in your life where you were hitting multiple times a week, and for circumstances, whether it be family, whether it be work, you haven't played for 4 or 5 years, and so you're just trying to get back in the game. But I would say men's 4.0 is the first level where you really start to see some consistent players, and as such, you're going to see a lot of balls made in the court. Oh, the bump lob. Gotta love it. Love that. Love that. It's good tactical tennis. Opens up the court, buys himself some time with that lob. Really good first return there as well. It's 15-all in the Ratchford service game. Point. Could see a lot of space between that line and the ball. Nevertheless, again, that's been the best part about this weekend. How friendly it's been. Oh, look at that get. That's tricky, and you see the fist pump come out. Yeah, give yourself a fist pump, Derek Fenwick. Earned that one, and now he's got himself a couple of break chances, get us back on serve, but you can see hands on the hips here, hands on the knees. Apologies for that noise. Turns out not a good idea to have your phone on your knee when you're sitting next to bleachers. Fenwick gets the break. Oh, I was hoping we'd get a little bit of a fist pump there. Nevertheless, 1-1 here on court number 7. And while we wait for this service game to get underway, just again, have to give so much credit to everyone over at the USTA. I know here in the Midwest in particular, I believe it's Chad Doctor, runs the USTA's Midwest NTRP. And I know how much work Chad and Jamie McDonald here at Cracked Rackets, Donald Dieneman at Cracked Rackets. Certainly not me, but I know how much work those guys put in trying to make sure this event could happen amidst a pandemic. Of course, I have to give a huge shout out to all of these players for putting up with our conditions, being willing to acclimate themselves to the things we asked of them. It's what allows us to continue to play tennis in a time like this. It's what allows us to have this sort of fun weekend where 50 adults can congregate together safely, of course, but still celebrate the sport they love so dearly. I think that's led to the good tennis we've seen throughout the building all day. Don't even need me for the commentary. Fenwick missing that ball, so now 30-all. After this game, we're going to go check in on some of our other matches. Love that. Oh, great hustle. Love the hustle from Fenwick. Love the play from Ratchford there. Little sneak attack. Snuck that ball behind Fenwick with all due respect for Derek. Not quite changing direction as well as he was earlier this morning. That'll happen. Match number 3. We can play a fast 4 format, no ad scoring, abbreviated sets. But tennis is tennis, man. It's a physical grind, and certainly you see these two showing it. After this, go check out some of our other action in the building, but obviously deuce point here. Ratchford electing to go ad side. Oh. The racket out of the hand, but that was more a gentleman's toss than anything else. So we're on break here on court number 7, 2-1. Ratchford up a set as well on Derek Fenwick. If we can, though, Westhoff, let's go now to court number 2, other side of our Community and Wellness Center here in Pendleton. And again, if you're noticing any delay in the audio, we do apologize for that. It's the first time Westhoff and I have done one of these broadcasts not from the same location. I miss him. Usually we're attached at the hip. I don't know how he puts up with my voice as long as he does. Produces me, sees my face all day, and then is my roommate at night as well. But he's an exceptional producer, without question. He probably has all of you on court number 2 right now, where we've got very fun match on our hands here. We've got a 3-5 ladies doubles battle. I believe on the near side of your camera, you'll see the team of Berghoff and Williams. They face off against the duo Cicero Shows. No, not that Cicero. The other one. Right now it's Williams. And I believe Berghoff, who just took the first set. Let's see if we have that correct. Score change here. Indeed, first set goes to the team of Williams and Berghoff. So let's flex our red zone muscles. We'll get back to this match when it comes back. Bit of a set break for both of these teams. Let's go to court number 1, Westhoff, if we can. Court number 5, excuse me. Court number 5. Where we've got another 3-5 ladies singles, 3-5 ladies doubles battles, excuse me, on our hands. This is a particularly fun one as well. We have had some singles affairs back us up a bit here on the day at this event. One of the players in one of those marathon matches currently on court in doubles now. See here near side of your screen, I believe that's the team Kunzler and Bieniak on the far side of your camera. Currently Kunzler serving. Unfortunately, that ball sails a bit long on her. They currently taking on the team of Susan Akers, Marianne Voorhees, and we've got a little border rivalry here. All Indiana team versus an all Illinois team. Akers, Voorhees from Pendleton and Muncie, respectively. Bieniak, Kunzler from Killdeer and Downers Grove, Illinois. They say, what type of place is that? Do you really want to live in a place that's called Downers? I believe there's another player here in our event this weekend who is from Freedom, Wisconsin. I don't think they were quite subtle enough with that city name, but sure, Freedom, bordered by Liberty, Justice for All, Wisconsin. Back-to-back net cords for Akers and Voorhees. They'll take them. By the way, current scoreboard. First set went to the team you see serving on the near side of your camera, Akers and Voorhees. Oh, love that. Ooh. Sailed a little long on her. Love that first lob, though. Straight into the lights. Dare them to hit an overhead. Ball sails a little bit on them there. And by the way, you see here again, this is the team of Akers and Voorhees serving on the near side of your camera. Waiting for the scoreboard change here before we change court. So it is 2-1. Bieniak and Kunzler over Akers and Voorhees. Looks like the action on court number 7 did come to a close. Wait, nope. We see a ball pickup. Hold that thought. Unclear where we are at there, so I'll continue to monitor 7. Let's go to 2 now, Westhoff, if we can. Again, court number 2, first set in the bag for the duo of Williams and Berghoff, the 3-5 powerhouses from Indiana, taking on the all-Milwaukee duo, Cicero, Shows. Can officially confirm, by the way. We do have another result on our hands in the 4-0 bracket, and perhaps a shock to no one since he dropped that first match to Quinn the second. He's been really hard to keep up with, and that, of course, is Erskine Ratchford. Another victory for him in singles. This time, I believe, 4-2, 4-1 over Derek Fenwick. Now, I'm sure Mr. Fenwick will not mind. He's already clinched a spot in the doubles, and to quote him, heading into this singles match, he said, well, if I play one more, that's 2 more beers I can drink tonight. It's pretty good logic from Mr. Fenwick. We're here now on 2. It's Williams serving a double fault. That one's on me. The moment we head over to court 2, I hit her with the commentary jinx. Apologies. Nevertheless, it's been all her. And partner, Kristen Berghoff, so far in this battle. Oh, the left-hand switch, though. I love the creativity. It's a great return there. Not sure if that's Cicero or Shows. Can't quite tell from where I'm at in the broadcast booth, but splits the middle there, solves the riddle. Believe it's love 40. Oh. What a time for us to check in, folks. I promise you this is the first controversy with a line call I've seen all day. Okay, 1540. That's what that 1-3 refers to for those of you traditionally scoring at home. Oh. Oh. Great forehand there. Love the way Cicerone shows got 2 up at the net. Love the aggression we saw there. Williams just a backboard though. So 30-40. So from love 40 to deuce. And I like that deuce side return even better. So not surprised to see Cicerone shows choose that wing. Apologies again for the phone drop. That'll hurt. Got the return. Excuse me, the serve she was looking for. Had the forehand set up. But it's Williams. Berghoff holding. Changeover here? We're just getting a brief water break. Nope, full changeover. We'll see if it's 2-1 or 3-love. Then we'll go to our next court. 3-love for Williams and Berghoff. With that in mind, let's go back to court number 5, Westhoff, if we can. Bienik, Kunzler. Believe they're 2-1 up in set number 2, but down a set currently against the All-Indiana team, Akers, Voorhees. I know Susan Akers from Pendleton, Indiana. Not sure if this is her home club, but certainly she's got the home field advantage. And again, one of the best parts of these NTRP championships, the opportunity for all of these adults to compete, not just not just against their peers, against fellow similarly rated tennis players, but perhaps most impressively, it's that opportunity to come together and, again, find like-minded individuals who still love the tennis, who still love the competition of it all. And I'll say this, I'm 25 years old, halfway there to competing in one of these championships. Of course, this weekend, again, we are at the 50 and over sectional championships. But I have to say, again, growing up, so many of my close friends are the people who you saw weekend after weekend at tournament, or the people who I played high school tennis with, club tennis with in college. And the idea of getting to travel with them when I'm 48, 49, 50 years old, play a little tennis, earn a couple victories, it sounds ideal, folks. Shout out to the USTA. Here, love 3. Shows and Cicero look to stay alive. Oh, excuse me. Actually, if we can, Westhoff, let's go back to court number 2. The action has resumed there. As you can tell, that's where my brain is right now. Might as well put our camera there as well. That's tricky. Low at the feet. And they hold. 4-3-1. Okay. Little pressure now. Williams, Berghoff going to have to serve it out. Again, worth noting, it's 2 out of 3 fast 4 sets here this weekend. So sets go to 4 games at 3-all. You play a 9-point tiebreaker. First to 5 win by 1. A 4-all point, a sudden death point. Obviously, still a little bit more work for Cicero and Shows to do before we get there, but very, very fun. It's going to bother me if I don't say this, so some of you may see my face in the corner. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. The reason I took my mask off, there is no one currently within, say, about 30 yards of me. Such, don't want my audio to be muffled. It turns out I'm not on screen, according to super producer Danny Westhoff. Or if you could see me right now, that's what you would see. I think he is going to put me on screen. Of course, here again, trying to keep this matchup on your screen as long as possible are the duo of Cicero and Shows. By the way, one of the beauties of this event, currently on court approximately, I don't know, maybe 12, we'll say 12 minutes after he left the court following his singles loss. But Jeff Welch back on court right away, getting lined up to play some doubles. Win his match on court 8 starts. We'll take you over there. It's tough. It's a really nice way to move the ball around. Ugh. Middle solves the riddle every time. Do we have a deuce point coming up? Can I get a slow clap from the crowd, please? All right, let's see what they go with. Deuce side here. Deuce point, match point. Oh. It's in. That's great playing. So, Cicero Shows survive. Still trail 2-3, but get the break of serve back. So bonus action, I suppose. So we play on here on court 2. If we can stuff, let's go to court number 1, court number 5 now. I'm going to keep screwing that up. I apologize to those of you watching at home. Court number 1, court number 5. The first courts in our 2 banks of 4 courts. Really just depends if you're looking right or left from my vantage point. Again, let's go to court number 5, Westhoff. where it looks like the duo of Kunzler and Bieniek have the chance to extend us to a third set on court number 5. Dropped the first, but currently lead 3-2 in the second. It's great power at the net. So we'll see here. Is that the break back? That is the break back, and you can see our chair umpire, Andy, explaining, chair umpire, our roaming official, excuse me, Andy, who's done such a remarkable job here today. So we do have a breaker coming up again. It's a 9-point breaker here, first to 5, win by 1. It's going to be 2 serves for Akers and Voorhees, 2 serves for Bieniek and Kunzler, 2 serve for Akers and Voorhees, and then the final 3 serves going to Bieniek and Kunzler. That 4-all point if we get there. A deuce point deciding point where the receiving team will choose the side. Look at that lob, that hustle. And she gets up to the net. Oh. You're there. Oh, I love that. Love that. What a point. Again, if you're Bieniek, Kunzler just staying alive. The big victory right now. So love 1. Mini break lead. Again, we're going to stick here on court number 2. If we can go... Oh, excuse me, stick here on court number 5. I'm just screwing up the names. Sorry, Westhoff, you're going to hear that and be angry at me. We're going to stick here on court number 5 through the end of this breaker. Worth noting, fairly comfortable. Saying on court number 2, they have also entered a breaker. So if we get to match point there before we get to match point here, we'll hop back and forth. So 4-2 right now. Serve Jackie Kunzler looking to send her team to a third set. That'll do it. We're going the distance on court 5, folks. Kunzler, Bieniek. 4-3 second set. Get back to that action as things heat up later on if we can. Westhoff, let's go now to court 2. Again, we're amidst the super breaker. Do I know exactly what the score is? No, not currently, but I do know this. Let's do some quick math in my head. Williams, Berghoff served first. You'd have to imagine either 4 points have been played now, perhaps 5. It's really good pressure. So we see another side switch. Oh, that's really, really nice from Williams. Lob jumps. So that was the match point. They did switch on that 9th point. What a switch that was. What a volley at the end from Williams. So her partner Berghoff take the match. I'm going to say it was 4-1, 4-3 over the duo of Cicero and Shows. Riveting battle on court 2 now in the books. Let's go to the only match currently started right now on court. And again, a bunch of our 6 p.m. matches currently walking on. We'll see if we can't convince super producer convince Cracked Racket CEO Dalton Thieneman, now that he's done at the desk, to come up here, give us his 2 cents on the day. Can't spell eloquent tennis takes without D-A-L-T-O-N. Turns out I just can't spell Dalton in general. But if we can, Westhoff, let's go to court 5 in the meantime. Only active match in the building, just starting the third set. Momentum curbed by Akers and Voorhees. So they take a 1-love lead here in the third. Again, looking around the building right now. Everyone's either warming up or in their first game of the match. I see jackets currently being worn in the building. I don't think it's that chilly in here right now, but certainly a frigid day here in Pendleton. Keep an eye on all of those matches as soon as any of them get started. Get anywhere interesting, we'll go check on them. And really is such riveting. Riveting to see so many of these adults so enthusiastic about getting back on court. There has been an energy here throughout the day. Normally, when you do one of these tournaments, you think to yourself, let me get out of here. What did I sign up for? I could slap Dalton in the face right now. I could slap Dalton in the face right now, but not because of the tennis we've seen here in the building. This has truthfully been such a pleasant tournament experience. And that's because of the energy all of these players have. And it's a credit to the USTA again. I know I continue to blow smoke towards them, but these sorts of programs are a tennis player's dream. To be able to come compete, play 6 matches during the course of a weekend. If we can, Westhoff, let's go to court number 8 after this game here. So again, after this game, we'll go to court number 8. But imagine being a guy like Jeff Welsh, who has the chance to, play a bunch of doubles matches this morning, start his singles match today, here in the evening, and then get one more doubles match to try and right the ship here at night. It's absolutely awesome. And I think we have a deuce point coming up. Nope, that is the game. I was going to say that sounded right. Some of these players electing to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with their point scoring system instead of 15, 30, 40 game. If we can, Westhoff, let's go to court 8 now. got a really fun battle on our hands here on Court 8. A couple of teams with mixed success here on the weekend. I mentioned it earlier. Walsh. Little indecision on Court 8, but as I mentioned earlier, Walsh, he's partnering in a little 3-5 doubles action here. Oh, that's nice. Man, putting away the ball. And perhaps now on your camera you can see me in the background, up on the bleachers, if you can see me. Hello. It's good to see everyone. If you can't, I'm situated right above court number 8, where, again, really fun match on our hands. The team you see on the far side of your screen, Thomas Dempsey, Jeff Welch. Dempsey and Welch, winners in their first match, 2-1 over the duo of Johannes and Webb. Lost their second match to the team of Boggs and Daniel 4-3 in the third. So this team very much alive right now as they look to qualify for the nationals of this event. I have to say, what a cool complex this is. I imagine the people in the greater Pendleton area so ecstatic to have this building, have these sort of tennis facility. It's not just the tennis facility, by the way, here at the beautiful Community Sports and Wellness Center. We've got basketball courts, fitness facilities, of course, these 8 beautiful indoor courts. I know they've got more plans for the summer as well. Certainly that first game going to plan, as I believe Dempsey and Welch were able to get the break. Sometimes you never know with the scoreboard, right? I have to say, I don't think the adults are the most fond of flipping over these scorecards, but still, we appreciate any update we can get. Ooh, Stoff, if we can, let's please go to court number 5, where it's been all the team of Akers and Voorhees in the third set. Akers Voorhees currently serving for the match, up 3-love. So let's see if they can close it out. We've seen some jitters here throughout the day. Let's see those jitters go away. Oh, love the casual ball toss there. That's how you know Voorhees and Akers have battled once or twice together. Just the casual flick, like, yeah, here's the ball. You know what to do. That third overhead just proving slightly too tricky. But that is the sign of a doubles team that knows each other well. Welcome back in, everyone, to the beautiful, beautiful Community Sports and Wellness Center here in Pendleton, Indiana. Alex Gruskin of Cracked Rackets back with you on the call for this Level 4 closed USTA Midwest 50 and over NTRP Sectional Championship. Want to apologize to any of you who were tuning in just moments ago. Bit of a technical difficulty issue. Turns out when you try and run a media company off of a home wireless network, sometimes there are some issues. That was the case, but super producer Daniel Westoff, as he always does, figured everything out, and we are back here now for what should be our final hour of play here on day number 2 of this event. Such a fantastic event, and such a shout out needs to go to the staff here at the Community Sports and Wellness Center, to the entire USTA team who puts these events together, makes it possible for adults to come out, have some fun on a weekend, play 4, 5, 6, for some even 7 tennis matches, even in an abbreviated format. That's just such an awesome, awesome, awesome event that I know tennis fans everywhere hope to take advantage of if we can. Let's go to court number 8. Beautiful. Super producer Westoff informing me we are already live on 8. That's why he's the best in the business. Oh, it's a really good play. Yep, racket out of the hand, I have to say. I've had the chance to see, and I just want to reset where we're at right now. In a 3-5 doubles battle between Dempsey and Welch on the far side of your court. Dalal Shear on the near side. Dalal Shear, I believe, a 4-love first set victory here in our Fast Four format. And I have to say, and I believe it's Dalal currently serving on the near court. If it's Shear, I apologize. But his forehand's too good to be 3-5. That forehand is beautiful. It absorbs pace well. He's locked in when he hits that forehand cross court. You saw it on that last rally now. I believe, in the end, 2 points to go now. Dempsey was able to sneak that lob over the head of Shear at the net, but watch this Dalal Shear duo. They're good, folks. They're very, very good. I mean, that serve had kick on it. It's a nice kick serve, too. Clearly disrupted the rhythm of the returner. who I believe is Dempsey. Yep, Dempsey playing the ad side. There we go. It's the ball he'd been looking to put away these past 3 points. Meanwhile, we'll get to some of our other matches momentarily. Nice. Oh, I love that move, though. It's a good move that maybe 12 hours ago when the legs were there. And again, Welsh has just played so much tennis here today. Maybe he knocks that one down, puts his body in position instead. Dalal gets the hold with Sheer now. So 4-1, 1 love. They lead. Wins super producer Daniel Westoff. Ends up coming back. We're going to go to court number 3 next for a little bit of women's singles action. We've got 4 matches right now on the board. You see here on court 8, Sheer, Dalal. Again, in some 3-5 doubles. Currently taking on Dempsey and Welch. Let's go to court number 3 now, if we can, Westoff, for a little women's singles action. Now, I'm going to assume that there was just a miscommunication between me and super producer. I called him super producer again. I will never give him this much credit moving forward. Me and tournament desk director, Dalton Thieneman, as I believe right now on court number 3, we've got a... Oh, here we go. Nope, it wasn't miscommunication. I just don't know how to read anymore. Let's try that again. On court number 3 right now, it is a 4.5 women's singles battle. Apologies, Dalton, if you're watching this. You did not screw it up. I did. Didn't see the court number. On 3, it's Friesen versus Rauschlein. It's been that sort of match. Here and again, we're midway through set number 2. I believe right now it's Rauschlein leading Friesen by a set and 1 love. Rauschlein on the far side of your court returning. Forehand sails on her a little bit there. Racket flip in the hand. We'll get a scoreboard update here. So 3 love now. So correction, it was one of those we're not going to switch the scoreboard sorts of things. So I believe it's actually Friesen leading now by a set and 3 love. Friesen was on the near side of your court serving. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Westoff, let's go to court number 4 right now if we can. We've got a 4.5 singles battle on our hands. Final men's singles match of the night. I believe it's Craig Boderoff. Indeed, it is Craig Boderoff taking on Bjorn Gecki Otteroff, product of Newborough, Indiana. Gecki, Clarkston, Michigan. As a Michigan man myself, it's good to have some company down here. Right now, I believe it's Bjorn Gecki on serve, 2-1 lead here in set number 1. What's up? If we can we go back to court number 3, please? See if we can't watch the end of this matchup between Friesen and Rauschlein. A little bit long there. Just a hair long. That was a love tap, not intentional. You see the apologies right away. A racket tap up. In the end, on court number 3. Straight set victory, I believe, for Friesen. So let's see. We've got 3 matches left on the board. Who's closest to an inflection point? Let's go to court number 8 again, Westhoff. If we can. Dempsey, Welch, our friends, taking on Dalal and Shear. I just have to say, haven't gotten the chance to speak with so many of these adults here this weekend. Such a fun crew. I think they're embracing the fun of it all just as much as our Cracked Rackets team is. Oh, some really good tennis going on court 4 right now. We'll get over there in a moment in our 4-5 singles match, but have to say, in particular, perhaps no doubles team epitomizes the energy we're trying to bring here this weekend than the team on the near side of your court right now, Dempsey and Welch. There's a goofiness to them, an aloofness. Like, yeah, we're here to have fun. We're here to ball a little bit. Of course, so many of these other pairings have been great as well. Yep. 2-1. Oh, okay, Dempsey and Welsh. I see you. This match isn't over. They get on the board. We'll come back to that one in a second. I'll keep my eye on it in case things wrap up. If we can, Westhoff, let's go to court number 4 now. Or dare I say, we have our highest quality men's match of the day. Now, there's no denying this 4.5 level has felt a little bit dangerous, just given the quality of tennis, given the fact that I did see just the physical wear these 4-5 matches have taken on our 4-5 singles players, but it's because it's been some outstanding tennis in here. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. What a point there. What a beautiful topspin lob there by Bjorn Gecki. Again, far side of your screen, currently serving against one of the nicest men here in the building, Craig Botteroff, who just epitomizes everything you want. Again, from a tennis fan. Look at that. Love that chip in charge. It's good tennis on our hands here, folks, on court 4. Keep referring to our non-producer, but tournament desk director, Dalton Thieneman. Dalton turns 30 in 6 days, so to any of you Crack Rackets fans currently on the stream, be sure to tweet out a happy birthday to Dalton. Remind him that he's hit the big 3-0. But I swear to God, both of these players, and you say to yourself, well, it's the 50&O for championships. What could I expect? Both of these players would just demolish Dalton. They'd make him look like the 75-year-old. Little Crack Racket smack talk for all of you on the stream right now. Still here. Again, Geki, I believe, love 30 as he tries to consolidate the break. Close out the set against Badarov. Yeah, sailed on him just a little bit. But you see the game plan. You see exactly what Badarov's looking to execute. Get that first ball low and deep. Just don't give Geki anything to work with on that first pass. Just missed there, but it's been an effective strategy for him this weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Give me some emotion. Again, this is a really high-level match. It's a great return by Badarov. Just small backswing, drives through that ball. More about depth, placement, about power. He's got himself 3 break points. Yeah, hair wide there from Bjorn Geki. What a fun match. All right. We'll keep our eye on court 4 as they're back on serve here now. 2-3 in the first set. Let's go to court number 1 if we can. Haven't spent any time there. Our 3rd match in the building, our final women's match here on day number 2. Should be a fun one as well. As in a 4-5 singles battle. For the women, it's Squires taking on Taylor. Now, again, court 1 about as far away from me here in my broadcast booth as possible, but I believe it's Squires serving on the far side of your camera. Or at least serving right now. I suppose I'm not exactly sure where that camera is. Pretty sure she's far side. Anyway, Squire is the one serving, is really the theme of the rant as she takes on that's really nice from Squires. Who, by the way, took the first set, though she trails 1-love here in the second. Okay, I'm going to ask again, after this game, Westoff, we go to court number 8 after this game. As we see Taylor's return go in the net. And we see the ball exchange for 1-all. Gotta love it. But if we can, let's go to court number 8 now, where Dalal and Shear will serve for the match. They currently lead by a set in a break, 3-1. Again, a reminder, 3-1. That's not the end of the match. It is here this weekend, fast 4 format to make everything just a little easier. Move a little quicker for all of our players. And I gotta say, I can only dream to have a head of hair as beautiful as Jeff Welch's, or honestly, Thomas Dempsey's moving forward. When you can still rock the backwards hat in the over 50 championships and look damn good doing it, you're doing something right. So again, court 8 if we can, Westhoff, if we're not there already. We have a match point here. You saw that ace down the tee. That's a brilliant serve. Match point. That's just very kind. This is boys 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s. Jeff Welch hits that ball probably through Del Shear. Certainly he tattoos him, but we're all just here to have some fun, remain chivalrous. So 3 more match points for Team Delal Shear. And that'll do it. Delal Shear winners over Dempsey and Welch. And you can see again the smiles, the sportsmanship. They're having fun. Certainly they enjoyed themselves there on court number 8. But with that result in the bag, we've got 2 matches to go. Let's go to court number 4 for now. We've got our final first set. Excuse me. We do not have a final. No, yes, we do. Let's go again. Still court number 4. Both players were walking towards the net after a Badarov double fault. Thought that might have been the break. It was not. But it is 40-30 Badarov here, so 2 more game points to send us to a breaker. Again, court number 4, Westhoff, if we're not there already. Badarov holds. So he and Gecki going to play a first set breaker. This gets the feeling like well, it's actually not true. Feels like if Badarov wins this tiebreaker, wheels could come off for Gecki. If Gecki wins this, I don't know. I still feel pretty good about Badarov. He does such a good job of just staying even-keeled, of looking to move forward. 1 second. I apologize if you're going to hear me. It's 2-2-2-3. 2 for you, 2 for him, for you, 2 more for you, and then you get the final 3. No, the returner gets to choose, but it's your serve. Yep. Every 4 points. Yep. Okay. Apologies. Just had to clarify the rules. But now at least, hopefully, all of you got to hear those rules so you know what we're dealing with here. First point goes to Gecki. Again, if he can just keep Badarov at or behind the baseline, that's the move for him. Tell you what, tennis normally considered a knife fight. Pretty clear Gecki brought guns to this show. Biceps just bursting out of that t-shirt. Man, that's awesome. It's really, really nice. Half volley from Badarov, and not to be rude, but I mean, you can just see it. You know the players who've got it, the ones who don't, the ones who clearly have spent a lot of time on the tennis court. That backhand slice out of the corner for Gecki looked like he's been doing that since he was 4 years old. Well, you just can't fake a half volley the way Badarov did, so incredible quality of tennis. It's really nice. Again, anytime you're in a tiebreaker like this, you want to keep your opponent on that back foot. It's awesome. Yeah. Wasn't the best approach shot. I would agree with Bjorn. Yeah. Sort of muttering to himself, you want to come through that one a little bit more. This guy's too good. You can hear it on that contact point, though. Yeah. That's outstanding tennis. Outstanding. From Craig Boteroff. He takes the first set 4-3. No, he does not, but he does take a sizable 4-2 lead. Certainly not 3-all. So he's got 3 set points here on his serve. Don't do it. Oh, racket almost goes flying. In the end, it does not. But the set does go the way of Craig Boteroff. Takes a 4-3 decision here. He'll take the lead heading into set number 2. Let's go to court number 1 now, Westhoff. Again, only other match left in the building. Another 4-5 singles battle. It's a nice little preview here of what you can see, again, at your NTRP Championships. Men and women competing side by side. Such a high level of tennis today. Here on number 1, your quick reminder. Squires taking on Taylor. Tiffany Squires on the near side of your camera in the red. 1-0 on the weekend. 3-3 win for her in her first match. And a split set decision here. 4-1 on court number 1. So we're going the distance there. Meanwhile, her opponent, Ian Taylor, 1-1 on the weekend thus far. 4-0. 4-0, 4-2 win over Katie Rochelain in her first match. It was a 1-0 loss for her to Barbara Friesen, one of the 2 Friesen pairings. A Friesen duo, I should say. Husband and wife here this weekend competing, but they'll split on 1. Let's go back to 4. team of excuse me, apologies for that. Quick layoff. The team, my team, I should say, this weekend here of Welsh and Dempsey coming over to say hello. To say that maybe you want to bring it down to a whisper here in the booth, Alex, because we could hear your comments about my hair. I think they liked it. Anyways, back here on court 4. Have to say this is my match of the day so far. Yeah, hair wide. The slice of one. Bjorn Gacki is just, it cuts. You look at it. So that one he caught a hair late, just a hair. But you can just see from the contact point the way he really goes after that ball. Had a coach who used to call me Frisky, my last name Gruskin. I just don't think he wanted to say that. I don't think anyone knows my first name's Alex. But whenever he would teach me the slice, he'd go, Frisky, knife it, Frisky. I think it's safe to say that's what Bjorn Gecki does, nevertheless. Knife right now in his back as Craig Boteroff continuing to rock and roll. Takes the breaker. Now takes a 1-love lead. Gonna stick here for one more game before we head on over back to court number 1. Third set just getting underway on 1, so again, we'll be there for the home stretch. For now, Bjorn Gecki down a set. On serve, though, in set number 2. Gosh, his triceps are big. But the pronation not big enough. That ball ending up in the net. Glove 15. He may be our first player coded on the day. Just kidding. Chair umpire giving him some grief. Reminding him, I don't think you can say God in a USTA match anymore. Pretty sure that was the deity rule. Oh my gosh. I think I might lose to Craig Boteroff in a match. I'm not proud to say it. The way he moves forward, just so decisive, puts so much pressure on you. I'm impressed. Just wide. It's a good attempt. You can tell the grip's a little bit Eastern. Topspin not the calling card of Craig Boteroff, but that line drive tennis does the job. I legitimately think Bjorn Gecki could snap his racket in half with his hands if he wanted. Just fascinated by him. The 1540 triple break point for Boteroff. Oh, that's awesome. I don't have to do the commentary. And the player is telling you exactly what happened. That ball was too short. Craig Boteroff too good. He punishes it down the line. Set in 2-love lead. And I'm not going to pat myself on the back here, but that first set tiebreaker did feel much more important for Gecki than it did for Boteroff. Boteroff feels like the kind of guy he's going to come out here He's going to get his hour in. He's going to get his sweat in no matter what. Currently, he may get victory as well. 2-love lead. Oh, that's just cruel. It's all working now for the bot man. Oh. Oh, that was cool. On the stretch, running backhand cross. Feels a little Philippoussis versus, I'm trying to think, Geki, that's the comparison for him. Definitely Philippoussis. Double fault from Badarov. Meanwhile, believe it's 1-1 in the third. On court number 1, again, keeping an eye on that. After this changeover, we are going to go back to court number 1, Westhoff, so keep that in mind. This is a precarious moment here on court number 4. 2-love, 15-30 in the Badarov serve. Yeah, that's pretty. That's what happens when you slice that return. It's going to float up there, and Badarov does the wise thing. He takes time, space away from Geki. I apologize if I'm butchering that last name severely. 30-all now. It's so nice. That's awesome. Again, it's just a matter of can Bjorn Geki be on his front foot enough, given the constant stream of pressure he's faced from Craig Badarov in this match. But the break goes back to Geki. It's a big moment for him. Stems the bleeding. Gets on the board here in the second set. We're back on serve 1-2. Again, it's a fast 4 format. But we do change sides here. So while they change sides, we're going to go and change courts. Let's go to court number 1 if we can, Westhoff. We're again second to final match on the day, or we are in our last 2 matches, I should say. Credit to the USTA. Killed the scheduling today. The only thing that slowed us down was the fact that there were some outstanding tennis matches. Everything else scheduled to a T. Right now, again, in our final match. Squires taking on Taylor. Oh, the dropper from Taylor. Gotta love it. Got to love it. And I think that's the game for Taylor. But is it, what are we at scoreboard-wise? Is it 2-1? Is it 3-love? Should have an answer for you all momentarily. Come on. Give me that scoreboard update. Indeed, it looks like it's a 2-1 situation. Yep, 2-1 indeed. I believe Taylor leads in the third. And she does. So with that in mind, while they're on the changeover, let's go back to court 4, Westhoff. Gacki, Badarov. That is such good tennis there from Bjorn Gecki. That'll work, though. That will work. And it's a very laid-back atmosphere. But if you're wondering if these two take things seriously, hopefully that backhand answered the question. And the break of serve goes back to Badarov, so he'll serve 3-1 lead here. In the second set, we'll see if he can't close the deal. Once he does, we'll go directly to court 1. In fact, Westhoff, keep that double box open, just in case. As it's 2-1 down there, I believe. I don't believe it is 2-1. I believe Squires is the one leading. So again, home stretch here of day number 2 of this level 4 closed USTA Midwest 50 over NTRP Sectional Championship, excuse me. A reminder to any of you tuning in here tonight on the feed, we will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for part 2, day 3 of these championships. That's awesome stuff, though, from Craig Badarov, who will likely be advancing with his results to the next stage of this championship round. Of course, tomorrow on the broadcast, should have a full complement, men's, women's, 3-0, 3-5, 4-0, 4-5. May even get a Dalton Thieneman appearance on the stream in the afternoon. So exciting times here at Cracked Rackets. Exciting times. So now, triple match point for Badarov. How much do you want to bet this serve's going to the backhand? I would say let's bet everything, but sometimes on a match point you like to sneak in the out wide if you haven't played it much. And indeed he does. And indeed he gets the job done. Craig Botteroff, 4-3, 4-1, earns the victory over Bjorn the Hammer Gecki. That's our final men's match of the night. Let's go to court number 1 now, Westhoff. Final match, period. Squires, Taylor, 4-5 women's battle. Current. It makes much more sense now as Gecki says he's from Clarkston, Michigan. He does have the Clarkston build. Anyways, here, Taylor, Squires. Oh, that ball lands in. We're battling here. Maybe. Two-handed forehand from Taylor. Oh, I love that, though. Absolutely love it. Unfortunately, the tennis gods do not seem to love it as much as Squires gets the break. The scoreboard's been funky, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that means she now leads 3-1. We'll have a chance to serve for the match. Let's see what she's got. Not the start you're looking for. Love 15. Here comes Taylor, folks. Definitely feeling a little bit here in this third set. She gets back to the baseline, but you love the aggressive return stance. Again, you love to see her play big on that return, so love 30. Can't tell if that was in or out from here. Given the muted reactions, I'm going to assume out for love 40. Ugh. Too good from the Squires. So again, I'm going to assume that 2 points ago the Squire shot drifted wide and say that it's 3 more break chances for Taylor here, 15-40. Love that. There's the break. So we stay alive here on court number 1. Taylor breaking for 2-3. She'll have the chance to at least serve to stay alive one more time. When we come back, of course, this next changeover will be our last changeover. Tiebreaker in the Fast Four format. Played at 3-all. You guys have already seen a tiebreaker if you've been joining us since the start of this broadcast. Badarov knocking off Gecki. 4-3, 4-1 in our men's singles nightcap here. Squire going to have the chance to break for the match. She just got broken serving for it at 3-2. But it'll now be Taylor looking to serve to stay alive. It's great. And we have a breaker, folks. As expected. Would have been weird if we didn't. But a breaker to decide our final match. Yeah. I'd be upset too if I was Ann Taylor. 3-1 becomes 3-all. A reminder here in the Fast Four format, the 4-all tiebreaker point is a deciding point. So these next 3 points going to be on the next 3 serves, I should say, going to be on the racket of one Ann Taylor of Deerfield, Illinois. For 3 as the +1 shot goes slightly awry. Can feel the pressure. I have to say, I really do feel the anxiety here in the booth. It's amazing. How did that slice go over? In the end, just a little too much juice for Tiffany Squires of Carmel, Indiana, as she knocks off Ann Taylor. With our final day of coverage here at the Level 4 closed USTA Midwest 50 and over NTRP Sectional Championships. If you want to follow along with us throughout the day, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, our YouTube page, crackrackets.com. I'm going to slide this in there for anyone who is viewing this. I tomorrow will be in Champaign for the call of the Ohio State-Illinois men's tennis match as well, so be on the lookout for that. And as always, for all of our content, be sure to go check out our website, crackrackets.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We are at Cracked Rackets for the more immediate updates. Shout out, as always, to the super producer, Daniel Westoff. Shout out, as always, to our Cracked Rackets CEO, Dalton Thieneman, who make these sort of broadcasts, make these sort of events possible. The men behind the scenes. I get to be the pretty face, but they're the ones who actually grease the gear, make it all happen. So again, we will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for the start of our final day. But with that in mind, from all of us here at the beautiful Community and Sports Wellness Center in Pendleton, Indiana, I am your host, Alex Gruskin. You have been watching the Level 4 closed USTA and Midwest 50 and over NTRP Sectional Championship.